Yes, we got Black Tony Tide in the building.
What up, bro?
What up, yo?
Chilling,
Yeah, I
man.
just left. Shout out to the Herbalist. I think it's called the Herbalist
Yeah,
Dispensary. Just checked it out. Oh shit, there's another one. Look, oh hold up. Just happened to be driving by and I see another fucking sign. You know how they do the signs around here. That's the company I just went to, the Herbalist Cannabis Company. See that sign right there?
oh, damn.
But it wasn't this one. It was a different one. So they're all over. We got them all over the place. But shout out to them. Yeah,
Yep,
they
shout
was
out.
definitely. They knew who he was and shit. Well, two out of the three workers in there knew who he was and shit. So,
Hell
and
yeah.
shout out to Big Hurt Church. They're up on the strains of weed, but they haven't got them yet. And I did get some info on how we make that happen and get Detroit dicks up in the dispensaries and get fucking. I think we're gonna figure out how to get Hurt and them in other dispensaries also and shit. So if he's not, I'm sure he's already got that in motion, but maybe we can help out a little bit too and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then
So
also, like on another note, we had a loss yesterday with the loss of Eric Mays, congressman
oh
from
yeah,
Flint,
from Flint.
right there.
Yeah.
So,
An outspoken congressman didn't take no shit. Kind of
yep,
like almost like a Coleman Young, Flint type
yeah, exactly.
attitude.
I mean, it just kept it real, because like, of course, in politics, you gotta kind of be shit talker slash a good liar, but at least be a likable liar or something.
Right. Yeah, no doubt.
However,
No,
he kept it real at the same time though. That's what
right. Rest in
yeah.
peace.
That's RIP, man. So yeah, I was trying to get him on here. Like, did hear from a couple people back. So it's like damn.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But of course, being the Hood Smoker podcast, the name and stuff can throw some people off.
Yeah, especially politicians and shit. We've
Oh
had some shit.
man, man,
The
Butcher,
Mad Butcher.
building salute, homie. How you
Yeah,
doing,
what
man?
up, though? Shout out to
Yeah.
Batcave Studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Shout out Batcave Studios, KDT,
Killers
Mad
don't
Butcher.
talk.
Mm, yep.
Hey,
Killers
how
don't
come
talk.
I tagged Joe in it, Butcher? I know you don't be on Facebook that much, but I got added to a group as an administrator in some fucking hip hop group, and it was a Detroit hip hop group, and it had a few thousand people, but the picture, I don't know, Butcher. I know you did the album cover for Fire Flu Volume 2, but it was the exact cover. It just didn't have the KDT on it and all that, but it was I tagged Joe in it, and Joe agreed with me and shit. I was like, don't this look little familiar to I commented under the picture, under the photo. It was their cover photo of the group. I was like, don't this look like Fireproof Volume 2 cover from KDT? And Joe said, yeah, like it looked like they took it. So I don't know, Butcher, if you made that like how it looked, the same color, the graphics, everything with the fist and all that shit, the Joe Louis fist downtown and all that. So I don't know if they took it from KDT and just took the KDT part off of it and all that and Fire Flu Volume 2, but it looked identical to it. So I don't know if you found a picture that was those same colors and used it. I just wanted to let you know, Butcher, now that you're out here, because I did tag Joe. Joe seen it. And
Damn, I
Joe
might have to
agreed
peep
with
that, man.
me. Yeah. I forgot the name of the group, but they made me an administrator. Had a few thousand people in it and shit that joined the group. But I commented under it and I tagged Killers Don't Talk's Facebook page too and shit on it so they can. I don't know if you I
Damn.
know Butcher ain't never on Facebook though. Hardly.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't tag you, Butcher, but I
But
tagged Joe, and Joe agreed with me that shit looked like the Fire Flu Volume 2 cover that they jacked in and shit. So,
damn.
which it
Well, I mean, unless Joe might have showed it to him, like on his phone. So
in
yeah.
front, dog. I don't know. Joe didn't know who they were. I don't know who added me as an administrator on there. I don't know and shit. Somehow I had a notification that I was an administrator of the group. It didn't tell me who, because I know they don't tell you that. Because shout out Chester McFly, but he made me an administrator of some hallucinogen group so that I could promote Detroit dates and shrooms and shit in there, which I've been doing. And fucking too many books to the face. Yeah, it had some different that same color from the like different colors. That's what I mean. It was the same exact colors and everything, Butcher. So I think they jacked that shit, dog. Soon. Sue them, dog.
Damn.
Soon.
Yeah.
Now we knew from them.
I mean, a local group too,
It
or
was a Detroit group, so I think, I'm
yeah.
not sure.
Mm,
I made a couple posts on there, but of our shit, since they made me an administrator, I knew they'd ride. So, because I'm,
mm,
so I don't know who made me an administrator on there though. Nobody told me. Like it didn't notify me when Chester McFly made me an administrator on there. It notified me that I was made an administrator, but he had told me he was making
yeah.
me an administrator of that one, the hallucinogen page,
Mhm,
to promote the shrooms and shit on.
yep.
But,
Oh yeah.
but shit, no, yeah. So I
So
think they jacked your shit, Butcher. They jacked KDT's fucking Firefruit Volume 2 album cover and used it for their
oh,
cover photo of their group. They might have, because it's, it's a little narrower, so they could have squished it down some, but it's definitely the fist and everything. It looks identical, dog. Like I was like, is this a KDT group or something? That's what I was thinking at first when I seen the picture, but nah. He said he gonna sell them a feature. uh, yeah, I'm over here on the best side, the west side.
defense, yeah. Yeah.
In the hood with Gutter. Gutter always in the hood.
Oh yeah.
Pull up. West Warren. We over here on West Warren. Shout out to West Warren Key. We got him coming up.
Yeah. Shout out West Warren King. We got him coming up.
Yeah,
Him and the crew.
I'm over here in this neighborhood right now. West Warren, you watching this? You see, I told you, dog, I'll be over here all the time. West Warren. I'm actually on Tireman, but Warren's just the street over and shit. But this the hood, West Warren,
Yeah.
this shit. Shit, back in the
Yeah.
days, this house right here, dog, it was all in the news. It was a count house, a Latin count house
Mhm.
right here. They rebuilt it though, but it was on the news as a terrorist attack. Butcher, you probably remember this, but somebody threw a motherfucking bomb through the window and shit, but it was gang related. But they put it as it was a terrorist attack because it happened around like the whole war on terrorism was going on and shit and all that. So they called it a terrorist attack. But it was really gangbangers and they blew the house up and shit. Fucking but they
Damn.
blamed it on like some ingrown terrorists
Ingrown terrorists.
using bombs. Shit was all on the news. I remember when all that shit was happening when they were trying to bust all the Taliban they could catch in America and shit. They were trying to hide
Yeah.
out here, I guess. Because actually, the first Taliban they busted when 9/11 happened was in Southwest Detroit in my neighborhood on Norman Street over in my
Oh
hood. I
yeah.
knew the people that in the house and shit. I seen it on the news when I was in prison and shit. Like, damn, I know that house. But they were renting an upstairs flat. And it was that dude they busted in Chicago and shit that he was a cab driver and he was all over the news, but they were like the first ones from the Taliban in America that got busted after 9/11. That was in Southwest and shit. They busted the main dude though in Chicago. He tried to dip and go to Chicago and he still got caught
Yeah.
up though. So,
Hmm. Damn, that's crazy.
yeah. But that's because they're already got eyes on us because of the Arab population and shit.
Yeah.
So they
Like, yeah. I mean,
and then
yeah.
stereotype.
Dearborn probably like in the U.S. is pretty much like the yeah.
Yeah. No, it's the stereotype shit because I know a lot of Arabs and shit, and I'm cool with a lot of
Yeah.
Arabs. So I'm
Oh yeah.
that
There's
shit's
there's
supposed.
profiling everywhere. Profiling.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But make sure you smash like Butcher smash like share this shit, dog. Send it to somebody. Tell them to tap in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Dirty B. Oh yeah, Butcher. Maybe you could win a Dirty B beat and shit. Dirty B giving
Oh
away a
yeah.
beat almost at 10K. I just checked it.
Yep.
We're like 20 away from hitting 8K. So remember last night it was like 3 in the morning I talked to you when we was
Yeah.
less than 100
Hmm.
away. Now we're like
Shit.
30 away and shit. So
Yeah, man. Mhm.
so we'll
So
be at
yeah.
8K. We'll be at 10K probably by next week and shit. So we'll have another
Yeah.
giveaway. Y'all get ready for that.
Yeah.
And we're
Speaking of y'all ready for this? Got
oh
DOC
yeah.
coming up right there, March 30th, 8 p.m.
Yeah, we can't
You're gonna see
yeah.
it right here. The Diggy Diggy Doc is gonna be right here on with us.
Yep. He break down the formula, all that.
Yep.
I suggest any hip hop heads, old, new, young, like anybody
Yeah.
should tap in for because it's gonna be you're gonna learn some game. And
Yeah.
I got a feeling he got some shit to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too
Yeah.
much, but
Yeah.
I let him say it. But I think
Hmm.
he got some shit he want to put out there and shit.
Yeah.
So and these other
Yeah.
platforms probably won't let him and shit. So he knows he's free to speak on ours.
Exactly. Yeah. Because sometimes
We
people who disappear from the scene and stuff, it isn't always by choice. Sometimes they're kind of held back. So, you know,
right. So
something,
we will. Yeah, and then and certain platforms don't want them to come out and speak on certain things because they don't want to be a part, get, you know what I'm saying, blackballed and shit like that. So when they have them as guests, certain shit they edit out so that they don't get caught up in shit. You know what I'm saying? So they don't get
yep.
blackballed or whatever you want to call it and shit.
Yep.
Fucking, that's how that is. The game is dirty. It's a
So,
dirty
so
game.
anybody who watches this later, yeah, if you have any questions for the DOC, you know,
Yeah, I should
come up
make
with the
a
most
post.
different because I mean he's been asked so many questions probably a million times. We're trying to get like really. I'm glad we have this time so we can actually think of some different questions that could be you know not the same old same. You know, hey, what was it like working with so and so? And you know, yeah,
Right. Yeah, no. Anybody got any questions for the DLC? Let us know. You can send it to me. You can send it to Antonio. You can
yeah,
send it to Brother King X.
yeah,
Let us know. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and make a post maybe on Facebook, and I would maybe we can make up a flyer to post on Instagram saying that same thing. Any questions for the DLC? Drop it under the post and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put it up everywhere. Cause I got a feeling there's a lot of people that got questions for DLC. Cause we're already getting a lot of people saying they ain't missing this, commenting and shit. This is gonna be a dope ass episode. Can't wait. This and that. Like, cause they know he's gonna talk. He knows that it's uncensored. It's live. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people they get in their emotions and say things and shit and
mhm,
that's really how they feel and they want to get it out there. And fucking, they know we ain't gonna like take. Oh, if he says something that we don't chop it up and try to make it look like let's start drama and beef and shit with
mhm,
that argument and shit. You try to make it harder on them to succeed. So he knows he's good on that. So
yeah,
if he does speaking, so that's why you gotta catch it live, y'all. Because if
yeah,
he does say some shit on emotion and shit like that, and that you wouldn't catch on a on a regular interview because they gotta edit it out or whatever and shit, we don't
yeah.
do all that. So
I mean,
you just
to express it even better, you know, like with well, first of all, we rappers and hip hop fans first, uh, not journalists. You know,
right,
like journalists come in second. That's something we're just we're still even writing the, we're making it up as we go.
right,
Other people come into this thing that interview rappers and hip hop, um, and they're journalists first. You know, vice versa.
right.
So there's a big hit
Yeah,
difference. So,
all their hip hop knowledge comes from them googling and trying to study
mhm,
it. Our hip hop knowledge comes because we grew up hip hop, you know, and
yeah.
it's a
Yeah, we was playing
all
it,
hip
like
hop.
listening to it. Yeah, long before thinking of, oh, I wanna interview these people one day because
Right,
that we wanted to be doing what they were doing.
right,
Yeah,
no doubt.
so,
Yeah,
and still doing it. So,
still doing it.
mhm,
Our way of giving back to hip hop, giving back to the culture, giving back to Detroit, giving back to all the other hoods, hip hop period and shit. Just giving back to hip hop. So
yep,
solidifying our spot in the hip hop fucking history. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be
yep,
up there too and shit. So and we on
yep,
our way. We already up there, dog. They all know what they shit is, and they watching us. They watching how fast the numbers are going up. And ain't no pay to play here. They know that, so they're like,
yeah,
damn, they're really organically going up that fast. Because we
yeah,
could easily pay somebody like a couple $100 and get 20,000 subscribers real quick. But fuck all that. We want that shit to happen for real, dog. Plus, it's
yeah,
more fun watching it happen like that, knowing that we doing something right. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah,
if we got somebody else that we paid to just get us subscribers, that ain't the same way and shit. You can't really track what you're doing right and all that. You know what I'm saying? We know what we're doing is right because people keep subscribing. They wouldn't keep watching and subscribing if we was doing something wrong. Somebody would check us about it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been checked.
yep,
So
mm,
ain't no but one person. And y'all might think that we beef with a lot of people and shit, but we really don't. Shit. If they come at us and shit, you know what I'm saying? We just don't back down from motherfuckers and shit.
Mad Butch is happy about the DOC coming on.
Yeah. No, I know Butch is a DLC fan too and shit.
Hmm.
No
Yeah.
doubt. I don't know anybody who really isn't, dog, that grew up on hip hop, dog. If you're a hip hop fan, I mean, DLC's usually up there too. I mean, for somebody who only dropped one album besides the music he had with like NWA and the Posse and other shit like that,
Yeah.
and well, he dropped two albums actually, didn't
Hmm.
he?
No,
Yeah.
actually,
So
he has three altogether, but he
okay,
has
three.
one. I mean, of course, unless you want to include like Feel Fresh Crew when he was with Fresh Crew before that. Um,
Right.
but other than that, yeah, with his voice and everything, it was like, yeah, he dropped one solo album to his
Right.
credit,
Go
and
up
then
and do it for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's got two other ones that was released afterwards. There was the Helter Skelter one, um,
Right.
and then there was also the shit I think it was called. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
But
So,
fucking for him to make that big of an impact in hip hop and still and shit, like I mean, people
yeah,
put him in their top fives. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people put DLC up there with
exactly.
Rakim and fucking
Mhm.
KRS-One and all the great spitters and shit.
Yeah.
Even
Because I mean, not
Eminem,
just that. Some
even
people might
Shady.
think, oh, he dropped one album and stuff, but what it is what he's done in addition to it. He's been behind the scenes and a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
bro.
that you know
Some of your
wouldn't be the
favorite
same without
Easy E's very first single ever, the DLC wrote it and shit. You know, Boys in
it.
the
Hmm.
Hood was the first track that dropped, but that was like a hood hit, hood classic. It was the
Hmm.
fucking which saw Easy Does It. It was the song that was like the radio song that blew up. And
Hmm.
DLC wrote that. DLC wrote Easy Does It and
Yep.
shit. I think
Hmm.
he wrote We Want Easy too and shit. I want to say I was watching. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
naming
we
all.
want easy. Yep, we want easy. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but quite a few on the Easy Does It album and shit. So he wrote and
Yeah.
NWA. I mean, fucking, he wrote a lot. He
There's
did
a
a
lot,
lot behind the scenes.
a lot of his gems there.
And being from Dallas, like I seen him in an interview say, he thought he was that guy to put Dallas on the map. But still, to this day, Dallas gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Houston, when you think of Texas, right? You think of Houston and shit. But
Yep.
Dallas got a lot of rappers too and shit. And that's something I want to do this interview
Hmm.
too, is kind of celebrate Dallas hip hop too. Because I mean, that is where he's from, and I can
Yep.
tell he does love his city. You know what I'm saying? So, and I could tell he feels some type of way about that because he did say he felt like he was the one to put Dallas on the map. Even to this day, it still don't get the respect it deserves. So I think we're gonna talk a lot about Dallas hip hop too and shit.
That might be something also we might want to ask. If he wants to send any people from Dallas that might want some light, we
Yeah,
could
no
do that.
doubt. I'm just
Um,
gonna
you
seatbelt
know,
on my.
and have them coming up.
I just entered the suburbs. I gotta put my seatbelt on.
All right, yeah. And with that,
Yeah, Detroit. When
that
we hit
stamp of
Detroit, we
approval.
put our seatbelt on when we hit the suburbs.
Yeah.
uh, Detroit cops
Mhm.
ain't looking for a
That's
seatbelt,
also why.
man.
Just so you guys know, that's also why.
Yeah, if you see the phone go down, that's the cops behind you.
Yeah, yeah,
Now I'm waiting one of these times I'll probably be live when the cops flick me and I'm gonna keep it rolling too and shit. And I'm gonna see what happens,
yeah.
dog. I'm
Keep it
gonna take
rolling.
one for the team, dog. I'm gonna go off on the cops and try to I'm gonna try to like express my rights to them and see how it works out and shit. Like, nah, I ain't gotta give you my license. Nah, what the fuck you pull me over for? Nah, you ain't this and that. Like, like
Right.
that Jay-Z song where he's like, I 99
Yeah,
problems with a bitch ain't one, where he's like, what are you, some
yeah.
kind of lawyer or shit? I know a little bit. I know you ain't want to illegally search my shit. I'm gonna
Yep.
try some shit like that with him to see how it works. Cause I even seen a
Yeah,
video of
just
some dudes from Detroit, young cats, but they had legal guns and they was laying in their back seat, and the cops came up and they started fucking with him, and dude wouldn't even roll his window down. He was like, I don't gotta roll my window down. We're parked here, this and that. And it worked, dog.
mhm.
The cops even got the guns, and he's like, "Put my gun back where you took it." He pulled out the paperwork, showed everything was legit and all that. It's like, man, if I talk to the police like that, they're whipping me out the car and fucking me up and shit. Dog. Like, so I'm gonna try it out. If I'm ever live, y'all, and that shit happens and I get flicked while I'm live, I'm gonna keep it rolling and I'm gonna see what happens and shit. That way y'all can see and shit. And if I go to jail, I go to jail. Make sure I hit end on the live so that y'all can it'll save. But y'all see. I won't be in there long. Don't worry. I ain't gonna do nothing serious. I ain't gonna beat the brakes off the cop or nothing like that. So I'm just gonna give him some attitude and shit, and practice my rights and see if it
Right.
works. We gonna see if it works because
Right.
every time I ever tried to how's that song go? I fought the law in the law one. Every time I fought with them motherfuckers, they always in the long run win, dog. You can't run forever, dog. So I be trying to tell like my old, I don't want to say who, but be telling people you can't run forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't run forever, dog. Eventually they'll get you and shit. Like
Yeah.
so. You think like when I was out there doing that dumb shit, I thought I was unstoppable. I thought I was too smart for the cops because I had a lot of homies getting caught up, locked up, and all that shit. And I was still out there doing the shit, and I ain't got caught up yet. But just takes that one time, you know what I'm saying? They get your ass, and then you done. I thought I was too smart. I was smart to popos. Known to the Marxists that don't knows. That's another one. We got to get E40 out here, dog. He's
Yeah.
always in Detroit too. He said Michigan is his number where he sells most of his alcohol. He gets he, more than any other state his brand of alcohol. That's why he's always here in Detroit and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to what is it, Earl Stevens, E40. Want to get him
Yep.
on.
Yep. Hell yeah. Let us know and send anybody you might have, like refer to us. Um,
But yeah, no, anybody you want as a guest, any old school rappers, even new school rappers, young rappers and shit,
yep.
whatever, whoever,
Yeah. Exactly.
we get them and shit, make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to go to dispensary and shit. These motherfuckers, I don't want to dog them and shit on here, so I'm not gonna talk shit. But it was pretty. Let's just say it was a fancy dispensary, and it was a little overpriced, dog. They ain't
Kind
trying to
of
get
the
over.
kind of the top of the line one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like just because they got a little nice, fancy little spot, they can charge more for the same type of weed that I can get for half the price at another dispensary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, fuck that. But I think they did recognize us though. That there was a dude and two chicks working there and shit. The dude and one of the chicks knew who he was, and there's some emo chick. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know if that's offensive. Is emo offensive and shit? I'm
Emo
not
should be
sure.
fine because I've heard
Like,
emo being acceptable. So yeah.
yeah, it kind of looked like a vampire and shit. You know, with the fucking pale white, with the like the dark ass fucking like makeup type shit and all that type of shit. Yeah, they didn't know who. They didn't hear that. That person didn't heard had never heard of the Good Smoker podcast, but the other two did, which was pretty
Yeah.
dope. So that was dope. Actually, said they watched us and shit. I don't know how many episodes and
He who
shit, but
needs to not be named needs to do the show. That's what Butcher just said.
oh, what do you say?
He who shall not be named needs to do the show. Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Agreed.
What's up, Butcher? I'm ready to drop some music, dog. I
Yeah.
got that itch. I got that fucking itch. And it was almost,
Like,
I was
like I
thinking
said,
like,
I have that cipher ready too. Yeah.
I was thinking, dog. I don't know if I want to put it out here on the live because I had some in my mind. Maybe I'll wait on my idea, but I think it could kind of take off. A part, let's just say a part two to a diss track I did a few years ago and shit. Just because,
Oh,
like,
okay.
so
I get where you're coming from.
yeah. And let's just say I hit dude up again, and I broke it down to him like, look, dog, like I just basically told him how I felt, how he was acting, and all that type of shit, and like all this and that. How it'd be a good look if he came on the Detroit podcast, and I let him know the people that he knows in Detroit that we had on the show and shit. That I know that for sure that he knows them too and shit. So I fucking I let him know. I left him a big message. I'm waiting for his response because you know what I told you his last response when I talked to
Yeah.
him and shit. Bro. I'm gonna go ahead and if he don't respond after that one, I think I might go ahead and get him and put it on
Yeah.
Facebook. I mean, all these stands are going at him and they're getting mad views and it's going
Yeah.
viral and it's like,
Well, I was gonna say if you want, man. I mean, no, Lopez and myself, we're doing pretty much, not to give
yeah,
too much away, but like kind of a
right.
exclusive diss album and stuff. If you wanted to be on it, because it's gonna be like a
Okay, well
mixtape.
maybe that'll be a good one. Maybe me and
On
No
there.
Pants can go in on the giraffe.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yep.
opposite.
Hell yeah. they'll team up with you, or if you want me, like I think that'd be a pretty dope ass collab right there.
Let's make it happen. All right, Butcher, we gonna make it happen, dog. I'm just waiting to see what this dude says, which I'll know in a little bit and shit. I'm gonna check and see if he don't respond soon. If you watching this, dog, you know who we talking about. You better respond to me, dog, because otherwise I'm going in the lab. It's going down. And this time it ain't gonna be so nice and shit. I'm gonna get a little bit. I'm gonna
You
take
might
a
want to
little
come.
bit
You
harder.
might want to talk about his daughter.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit harder on this one and shit. I kind of felt bad for him the first time after I did my research, but I'm gonna really go in this
Yeah,
time. Though. I don't feel bad
yeah.
no more. Fuck your feelings. I don't feel
Yeah,
bad no.
no hugs. He said no hugs this time. That's what Butcher
No,
said right now. No hugs this time. Nah, no.
no, and I think now is the time, dog, because I've been seeing all these videos just popping up. People are using AI. People are just dropping different tracks, and they're going viral, dog. And I'm like, we make an authentic, real track that got history, and it has nothing to do with Eminem and shit. I ain't no stan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eminem. I got love for Eminem and for what he's done for hip hop and Detroit, but I'm not a stan, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
ride around and bump Eminem all day and shit like that. And
yeah,
low key, I had like his first 3 or 4 albums, but I never really after that I
yeah,
kind of like a lot of artists I bought back in the days and shit that we can name it that we spoke on before.
yeah. I mean, at this rate, it's like, doesn't mean that you're Eminem stan. Like if anything, I'm probably a
Right.
DOC stan. But,
And my beef with this dude had nothing to do with his beef and shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no. But now it's just like you want to just end it and finish it with it because like last couple times he that
Yeah,
Tom
I
McDonald.
think
I
some niggas,
think he
something
did.
about Tom McDonald though, dog. So you know what I mean. Not that he's Canadian, it's not that, but some of the shit he talks about, it's kind of almost like an Adam Calhoun and like I don't know, dog. I
Yeah,
mean, we could have him on. We have Mises son. I mean, he's similar
yeah,
to Mises
yeah,
with the controversy type shit that he
yeah.
talks about and shit. Bro.
Mhm, yeah. I mean, he resides in LA now, so that's why that's one
Okay.
originally, but you know.
Oh, what up, though, McWig Splitter? Flint Town in the house.
Is that
Shout out to
nigga, what?
Project Board and Dayton family.
Yeah, what up, Wig Splitter? What up, Wig Splitter?
Glad you could tap in. Yeah, we got the DOC coming up, Wig Splitter. If you ain't know, I think I might have tagged you in the flyer though, but if you ain't see it, go check out the promo videos on here. We
Yeah,
got a couple shorts and
oh, yeah,
a
man.
longer one too that
The
Antonio hooked
legend
up.
right there. What up, salute?
But yeah. No, I think I'm gonna go at him way in a way different, totally different way. This one.
Town in the building. Yeah, that's what just yeah.
So yeah, that's a good idea. That'll work. That probably worked out good for that. What you was talking about. I don't want to say put too much out there.
Oh yeah, agreed, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree, Matt, with you about who else got to come on here. Dayton family in the house, man.
Oh yeah, we got to get Dayton family out here. We got to at least get Bootleg and Shoestring. I'm pretty sure we can get Boot, and I'll holler at Shoestring as long as he ain't on this Tupac shit. I can get probably get Shoestring. It depends on how I catch him and shit. I mean, I got his phone number and shit, so I
And
can call him.
he
And that,
said on his Tupac shit. I'm like, all right.
that's how I felt the first time I talked to him and shit. And Bootleg kind of told me that's how he was gonna be and shit. Because that's how I got his number. Boot gave it to me and told me to call him. And he was like, if he comes with some crazy act, because I was trying to get him.
Top authority would be,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, top authority, yes sir, most
yes, sir.
definitely.
That would be, yeah.
Hell yeah. And what about any of the artists from the DFC? Are they in DFC around still and shit? That'd be pretty dope. Cause
Have to look
I
into
fuck
that.
with
Yeah, that's
Breezy.
true. I forgot. Yeah. So
Rest
anything,
in peace,
like
Breezy.
definitely.
Yeah, McWig Splitter. Any guests you want to see us get on there? Let us know, dog. We make it happen for sure. We at least try. You know what I'm saying? We're pretty good at getting them on there and shit. I mean, because they see what we do and respect what we do. We do it different. We
Yeah.
celebrate hip hop respectfully and shit the way it should be. We ain't trying to fucking start no beefs, but we ain't go
Yeah.
back down with this shit.
Yeah.
And we keep it hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
because we can understand some people we have on could be reluctant to other ones because they want to ask those questions where it's like dirt that they don't even want to talk about. Like we don't have to talk about that.
Right. And
So
we
shit.
he say shoestring acts like he's king shit.
I know.
Yeah, that's what Bootleg was like. Yo, if he comes at you with some crazy number, he was like, just hit me back and I'll make it right. Shit. He was like, I'll talk to him and shit. Cause I already knew we could get Bootleg on this show. This was a few years ago, probably about 6 years ago, something like that. And I was trying to do a show. We was trying to get Bootleg and Shoestring together because we already had Bootleg a couple times on shows. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I know we can get Boot. But I hit Bootleg up and I'm like, yo, what's up to get you and Shoestring at the same time on the show and shit. And we had Ghetto E, rest in peace, several times. We fucked with Ghetto E heavy and shit. Rest in peace, Ghetto E,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Eric Dorsey and shit. But
Yeah.
so Boot was like, man, he be talking crazy numbers and shit. He was like, but hit him up, tell him I gave you his number and shit. And fucking see what he says. And if he's talking crazy, just call me back and shit. He was like, and I'll hit him up. So
Yeah.
but he kind of warned me that he might be coming with some
Yeah.
crazy noise. He was kind of on
Yeah.
that shit. That's how I felt like I was talking to like the fucking like Tupac or something, or the DLC, like somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? That had
Yeah.
a major impact. I mean, Shoestring's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Dayton Family
Yeah.
definitely had
Oh
an
yeah.
impact on hip hop. Most definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean, shit. That's why Mises came on our shit because I name dropped Dayton Family and shit.
Hmm.
And he was out of Chicago and shit.
Yep.
Dayton
Yeah.
Family
Shout
was
out to
probably
Nieces,
one.
man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, shout out
Nieces
to
is
Nieces,
welcome
man.
back down. I'd like to have him on just for an interview, not talking about the shit we addressing his song White Lives Matter and all that shit he was talking about. I'd like to have
Mhm.
him on just as a guest and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. If
Chop it up.
anything, we gained a ally in the whole thing. You know, like from a misunderstanding, from
Yeah,
beefing
it
to
started off
actually
the
where
dude.
actually it doesn't always have to end in like bitter shit in
Right.
the end, right there. You know.
We both kind of felt the same way because like he was like I never went back and forth with somebody so much and he was like who was I talking to and I was like yeah that was me but
Yeah.
I told him the same thing like I don't do that shit neither I don't like going back and forth on social media and that fake ass shit that's social media gangster shit so we kind of both like that's kind of how we squashed it we talked and shit and was like man fuck this going back and forth and shit I told him like why don't you come on the Hood Smoker podcast. I told him we was gonna have a show either way. We was gonna go talk about the track, and sure enough, he popped on and shit.
Prozac would be pretty dope. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, King Gordy.
King
Yeah, I was
Gordy,
meaning to reach
we've
out to
already
King
tried to
Gordy.
reach out to him, but
Yeah,
Prozac's a good idea.
yeah, Prozac. We did talk with Prozac. I talked to Prozac.
Yeah,
Prozac said he wasn't doing interviews right now, but he said when he did do interviews, he was gonna get at us and shit. So I did
yeah,
talk to Prozac. That was probably shit. That might have been back when we had around the time we had Madness on. But so it's
yeah.
been maybe he's worth hitting back up again. Same thing with
Actually, Madness
Gordy.
coming back on would be a good move too.
Gordy's another one we need to hit back up and shit too.
Yeah. So yeah, and actually, we encourage anybody, you know, like heck, put in a word too as well. If you reach out to them and talk to them regularly, definitely that helps us, man. We'll give you a shout out. You know, shit.
No doubt.
Actually, anybody who refers it, we'll give them actually the open door where they can actually pop on with us.
Oh yeah,
How's
Mick
that?
Wig Splitter, while you tuned in and shit, wanted to ask you, was you the one that took the actual video of Big Will and all that shit? I just wanted to know, dog. Was you the one who actually filmed that? Because I know you was the one that uploaded it and tagged me in it and shit. But was you the one that was actually filming that? Was you there? When that big old juggalo took Big Will down
Staples,
and
I
shit.
tried to reach out to Staples. I just haven't had a response, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Staples. Staples. We should be able to
And
get. We
he
was
just said no, he didn't do the video. No.
yeah. Oh, you didn't record. He didn't record the video.
Wait, I missed it. I was in the show. Yeah. Oh, he was in the show. Okay. So, no, I missed it. Was in the show, but then yeah, we walked
So
in.
didn't Dane
We
family
are
just have a 30-year? Didn't Dane family just have a 30-year reunion? Like touring or slow and shit.
yeah.
Nitty's always late. Hey, I see
Right
you.
on.
I
So,
see you. Shout out to
well,
Nitty.
I guess it was probably extra late now with what happened.
Look, yeah, well, I seen Nitty was there. He was kind of like telling, ask. He was kind of being the peacemaker and helping Big Will out and shit, and asking dude if he was straight and shit and all that.
Yeah.
Dude
Oh
gonna
yeah.
put him.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Will Rise with Nitty. We had
Yeah.
Will on. We've had Nitty on I think twice, right? We've had Nitty on
Yep.
twice.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a little bit more technical difficulties first time around, so it was more of a nitty interview. But then second one was more Project Born, where we had uh
Poke Diaz came on. Yeah, Poke came
yeah,
on. Poke was trying to get on the first one, but he couldn't figure out the Discord, so we just
yeah.
interviewed Nitty.
I think he like
But
flashed barely on there, like said hello, and then yeah, whatever
yeah,
happened.
but the second time
But
we had Project Born, the whole group on this shit. So, well, Nitty and Poke.
oh, last
Yeah, I heard
Saturday.
about it. I seen the flyer, though. I wish I could have made that. That was fire and shit. I think it was the 30-year anniversary for What's on My Mind. The track What's on My Mind and shit. I think. I'm not sure. I'm sure McWig Splitter knows. Shit, McWig Splitter, you might be want to come on as a guest. I know you got some history in hip hop. You got in Flint. You know we rock with Flint. Shout out to Flint Time. Flint
Shit was
Time,
lit.
Flint Time, for Flint
Oh
Time.
yeah, man. Well,
Shit, we were just talking about. I bet you Mick Wig Splitter knows about the congressman who just passed from Flint,
oh yeah, man. Eric Mays, man.
Eric Hayes. Yeah,
I would
you up
say
on
yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Hayes?
yeah.
I'm
Like
sure.
right before after the show, when you called me, I just like read about it. I was like, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I always wanted to use a ton of like different, voice samples of him because like the things he says, man, was like just real.
right. Hell yeah. Yeah, the 30th. I thought it was the 30th anniversary of What's on My Mind. Yeah, because I seen a flyer for it. I'm like, damn, that's gonna be a dope ass show and shit.
Mhm.
Wish I could have made it. I don't know who was all on there and shit, but I know that it was Dayton family. That's good enough for me and shit. Yeah, I definitely want to get back in the studio. What
Oh,
got help for
no,
me?
but I just the message with helpful review. I think just like certain words that jump up there from.
Oh, I see. Something to do with bass. You know that bass for free. Yeah, you gotta say it in a different way. Call him a bass head because I mean, what if you just like bass music? Are you a bass head? Are you a bass head if you just bump bass music for the bass and shit? You know how like DJ Magic Mike and shit like that. Are you a fucking fan of just so you call him a bass head, but you can't call him the other thing because we might get flagged for that. We got to be careful with that. Oh, Butcher tried to allow the comment. He hit it. His blue witch is broken. Go ahead and drop it again, Mick Wig Splitter. uh, he said the blue wrench is broken. uh, Damn. Where'd Blantonio go? I just look up and Blantonio's gone. He dipped out. Maybe he's gonna jump in the comments. No, I hear you, dog. Like you can go ahead and put it back on there. Butcher didn't mean to take the comment down. He accidentally hit the wrong button to let it slide through. Shit. Go ahead and let it slide through, dog. Drop it in the comments. Yeah, he was a bass head. He loved that bass. Drop that bass. Where the fuck Blantonio go, man? I'm about to drop the link in here, the YouTube link, and anybody can tap in and shit. You know what I'm saying? I put it right in the chat. Y'all just hang on 2 seconds. I just pulled up here. I'm over here in Insta. I just went to I think it was called Herbalologist in Detroit. Check them out. They're weed. I'm up here at the Flower Bowl over here now. Shout out to the Flower Bowl. We over here to get another bag. I'm just around hitting dispensaries doing some promo. Shout out to Big Herc, Murder Mitten strain. You know what I'm saying? Big Herc's new strain. Get ready. The Hood Smoker podcast got a dope commercial that's gonna be coming out promoting Big Herc's new strain of weed and shit. So get ready for that. Shout out to Detroit Dicks. Get you a bag of dicks. Fucking edibles, best cannabis edibles, best shrooms in Detroit. Get at us. Another sponsor. Shout out to MJ Diamonds. Get you a pair of Monte Crystal custom shades. You know what I'm saying? But Pawn the City laptop. What? Yeah. No, I feel you, Butcher. Sometimes that shit be happening to me and shit. Or I try to keep a message on there and it accidentally takes it off and shit. But make sure y'all smash, like, share it around. We got the DOC coming. This we're in Staten Island with it on Wednesday. We got Fez Taylor and shit. Shout out to Staten Island, you know what I'm saying? And after that, we back in Detroit with it with Kid Vicious. Yeah. Vicious, baby. Heaven Studios. We in heaven with and that's this Saturday coming up. Then after that, who do we got? Oh yeah, Six Mix, 6-4, aka Six Mix, Detroit legend in the building after Kid Vicious. That'll be the next Wednesday. Then the Saturday after that, we got straight out of the SPC, South Park Coalition, Murder One. Yes, sir. Shout out to Gangsta Nip. Shout out to K Reno. Shout out to them damn twins. I'm trying to think of who else we got coming up. We got a lot of big names coming up, yo. Oh yeah, so we got some young up and coming artists out of Detroit that just went in on that dude Kid Tell who got a podcast and shit. They just dropped a diss track on him. Shout out to West Warren King. They're called the Young Living Goats. YLG. Look them up. They got some dope music and shit. We got them coming up. We got Starstruck, who's a dope producer from Detroit, legend. He produced a lot of the Street Lord Cheddar Boys. He produced for Rock Bottom. He produced for Blade Icewood, rest in peace. He produced for SWV groups like that, 3-6 Mafia. So we got him coming up. That's the episode on March 27th, just before the DOC. Then we got the Diggy Diggy Doc, y'all. Damn, dog, straight up. Yeah, I heard stories about dude. We had him on, and he was just, I don't know. He was out there. We tried to give him a chance. And you know what's crazy is, he got problems with Madness. We had Madness on from Bedlam, and we probably broke records. We had so many eyes in the building, and there was a lot of trolls, and he was one talking mad shit. And Madness was the one because that's our homie. He was like, "Go ahead, have him on. He's gonna be entertaining." And Madness was in the comments when we had Big Will. It wasn't no hate, but you know what Will did? That was kind of some bullshit. It was a good interview up to the point where Will, right before we let him go, he said F Saginaw, and then hung. Like, come on, man. At least don't do that, dog. That's some hoe ass shit, man. That was some hoe ass shit. Mm, yes, sir. But shit, shout out to everybody that tapped into the Hood Smoker podcast. I don't know what happened to Blantonio, but yeah, McWig split. If you want to be a guest butcher, it's long overdue. You know what I'm saying? You should have been on the Hood Smoker podcast. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll do one live from the Back Cave Studios. That'd be pretty dope, right? I'll come to the Back Cave and interview you and shit. That'd be pretty dope. Oh yeah, Eric Mays. Yeah, I know. Eric Mays was. I heard. That's what I figured, dog. That he was on that, but he was really outspoken. He kind of reminded me a little bit of the old Detroit mayor, the legendary Coleman Young, just because of how outspoken he was and he didn't take people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, yeah. But no, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But it's fucked up. We was actually gonna have him on the show and shit. We was actually talking to his people and shit. Yeah. Yes, sir. Shout out to the Mad Butcher. Shout out to Mig Wig Splitter. Shout out to the East Side, West Side, Southwest Detroit. Shout out Downriver. Shout out to Flint Town. So I love Michigan music. Like when we had Mark Hicks on, Proof's manager from Highland Park and shit. Rest in peace, Big Proof and shit. But like he said, you can't even call it Detroit hip hop no more. It's Michigan hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But Mick Split, if you want to come on, I know you're very knowledgeable in Flint Town hip hop. Come on and talk Flint hip hop, dog. I'm willing. Want to have you as a guest, man. Much love. Hold on, dude's coming to grab my money and shit. Hey, what up, though, bro? Yeah. Grab my bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? It's Sunday. Gotta get here early and shit. The dispos close a little early on Sundays and shit. These motherfuckers. But check out the Flower Bowl, y'all. If you come to the Flower Bowl, any Flower Bowl, they got several locations. They got one in Inkster. They got a couple, three. They got two in Inkster, and I think three in Detroit. Check them out. Tell them Jay Gutter sent you. I tell them the Hood Smoker podcast sent you, and they're gonna look out for you and shit. I'm here every day at least one of their locations. Every day you could catch Gutter at one of the Flower Bowl locations. I'm not hard to find. That's good. You an underground fan, dog. You a fucking. It's the knowledge that we looking for. Like you know a lot of hip hop knowledge. You can break down Flint Town history. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be an MC. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate all genres, all elements. Not every element is a rapper. You know what I'm saying? We got DJs, we got graffiti artists, you got break dancing, you got all that shit that's elements. And even now, it's like sports is almost an element in hip hop, kind of like there's a lot just hip hop fans. We've had MMA fighters on. You probably know him from Flint Town. Shout out to my homeboy Charles Brown, the Dingo Brown from Flint Town, professional MMA fighter and shit. That's my dog. We had him on the show and shit. He's a beast. He runs 810 Bullies. Check him out. Dope as dogs. He breeds pit bulls and other dogs. Expensive dogs, dope dogs. They're dope ass dogs. My homeboy Money Mall. Shout out to Money Mall from Joy Road. He's the VP of the Hood Smoker podcast. He got two pit bulls from Dingo and shit. So check that episode out too and shit. I think that was episode 25, man. That was been a minute. But yeah, we rock with Flint heavy and shit. So maybe we'll split if you're willing to be a guest and shit. Let's go and shit. Yeah, 810 Bullies. Check him out. That's the homie. Dingo. Dingo the powerful, Dingo the grave digger, whatever he had you want to call him, you know what I'm saying? I call him Charles Brown. That's my homeboy. Flint Town. 810 Bullies. Professional MMA fighter. I went to a fight. King Gordy was up there. We were just talking about King Gordy up in Traverse City. I watched him fight and shit. Went up there, rode up there with the Flint homies and shit. We rode up there, and King Gordy was up there at his fight to come see him, watch him fight. Pretty dope and shit. We was back there chilling with Gordy and shit. Was back there with Dingo. Yeah, he got some good dogs, man. He got these miniature pit bulls. Them bitches are so cold. Baby bullies or something he calls them. Them bitches are so cold, but you know how much money them bitches cost? Racks on racks. It's crazy, man. But I want one. They look just like a buff ass pit, but they're little. It's pretty dope. Check out 810 Bullies, man. Shout out to 810 Bullies. Salute. Shout out to 313 Bullies too. Salute. Much love. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump up out of here and shit. I'm grabbing my weed. I had to go get some food. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Much love. Salute. It's the Hood Smokers Podcast live every Wednesday and Saturday night. Catch us this Wednesday. We got Fez Taylor, Staten Island in the building. Let's get it. Much love.